We are live for a little Friday night Outlaw Dirt Series action here at the Knoxville Raceway. I'm Zach Chapman with Shaggy TV, and well, we're in town for week number 2. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26 drivers signed up so far, and we're only going to take 20 to the show here, from what I understand, 4 in each heat race, and then we'll have what's listed as a C and a B main, but it'll be 2 B mains, and depending on how many heat races we have, if we have 3 heat races, we'll take 4 from each B main. So I'm not too sure how many guys will end up getting, how many heats we'll end up running, but all in all, I expect another good show. I see Brandon Geisweit out there talking. I'm not too sure, Brandon. You're going to have to let me know who Excel is. Obviously, very familiar with the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano, if he shows up. Yeah, never mind. If he shows up, he's here. He's running around in 15. Got Brandon actually out there on the racetrack right now. Supposed to be a number 7 on that thing. Looks like an 18 to me, but hey, it's all right. We can get used to it. But like I say, you guys are gonna have to, bear with me here for a couple weeks, especially if these guys aren't running the correct number, because it makes it a little harder. But when guys like Doug Stewart, did he actually just disappear there? No, that isn't Doug, actually. See, so that's another case of let's find out who's running the 3 car. So Tyler Welch out there. So see, I look to the standings to click for racer number 3, and well, that's not him. The driver of the 3 car is sitting in the pit road here, Douglas Stewart. Now actually he's pulling back out on the racetrack. There he goes. Let's find some guys here in another room. Let's see what's going on in another room here. I have a couple different practice rooms, so... Oh, there's a big wreck going on in this room here. That was Devin Hauer going up and over here. Right along with JP Shed in the 06 machine. Here, I can pop this up for you guys, actually. Here in practice, get to learn a couple of the drivers. Well, maybe if it's a little cheat for me here. Troy Dorian. The double nickel. Goes down to the infield, a little camera shy. We got Sean Roberts out here. Okay, we're going to try it. Gallipolis? I don't know. Gallipolis, Ohio? What does he know? We know the Ohio part, so... He's a neighbor. I'm over here in Pennsylvania. Charlie Jude pulling out on the racetrack here in the number 1 machine. I imagine guys, I talked to him a little earlier. We're probably going to run the majority of this practice. Knoxville, you beat it up a little bit here to get it racy, so I imagine they'll try to destroy what they made look so pretty as Daniel Adam comes around in the 75 machine. This is his first lap out here at the Knoxville Raceway, and right now coming out being your first couple laps, I mean, not really an advantage or disadvantage in the grand scheme of things, but the guys who were out there in the beginning, if you're not running with the track here as we roll forward and not keeping up with the differences here, these are open setups, so you can tweak them here and there. You don't want to be caught out come qualifying time. So advantages and disadvantages to going out late. Me personally, I'd like to be out there the majority of the time and just try to play catch up with it until we roll into qualifying. Let's see. No, the quick time, Scott Dobbs right now. He's in the infield. He's taking a little break. Bryce Dickinson here. He's Currently 4th on the timesheet. Let's change this up a little bit here. I'll show you what their best times were. Now, take a look at your driver's best time. Now we'll show you guys last times here. You can just see the fall off. I mean, even the guys up front, you know, half a second, almost a full second slower. So the speed is definitely going to disappear, but you're going to have to find the grip in other ways. You know, maybe using up that guy beside you. Changing gears, you know. I mean, the Ant-Man's one of those guys. He likes to rip the inside. Wouldn't be surprised to see Anthony Morano gear down and go down there. Lane Phillips out here in the 2. Let's see here. Let's actually, you know, we're not really looking for guys racing. Let's use the cheat camera here. Let's get to know some of these cars. All right, so the HNL machine of Lane Phillips there in the deuce. Another HNL teammate there. Douglas Stewart in the 3 machine. Somebody who Shaggy's very familiar with, Gary Offit in the 94. Brandon Geisweit out there, and once again supposed to be a 7. I'm going to shame Brandon until he gets a 7 on the side of that thing. Sean Grimes, looks like it's supposed to be a 00. That looks like a big 7 and a 4 to me. Could be wrong, but looks very similar to the number I drive, 72, so I'm going to fix that thing up, get it on there. Let's see, Tyler Welch out here. Another one we took a look at. He's got a 3 on there, supposed to be a 10. DLN Design sponsored on that thing. Also helps sponsor the broadcast too, from what I understand. So nice to see DLN Designs wrap getting run here at the Knoxville Raceway this evening. Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got in other rooms? Got Peyton Anderson out there on the racetrack. Now, Trading Paints has to load up here. There we go. Paint job shows up. There's another sponsor of the league there. That's CSS, Cuddy Speed Shop. Cool deal. That thing looks good, too. Can't tell who made that wrap, but shout out to him. That's a good-looking paint. Let's take a step back, take a look at the, you'll see a 53, supposed to be the 83 there of Blake Murray. Looks like he's another HNL driver. Double deuce of Michael Elledge. Got the Dude Wipes machine, so you know he's clean downstairs. I wonder, you know, I've never tried it, but I wonder how well they clean the helmet screen. He might have extras. Or not screen, shield. Thinking of I combined rock screen and helmet shield. Chase Short out here, that's a 7. It's supposed to be a 15. This is why we do a little learning hour here. Dalton DeWert here in the 82 Full Throttle Motorsports machine. Gonna pull her down into pit road, getting a little camera shy. Casey Childers. Or it might be Childers. I'm gonna go with Childers though. No, we're gonna go with Childers. No, Childers. Childers it is. Where's CC? I mean, come on. It's right there for it in the 92. Jamie Massey here in the 6 machine. Now, I believe, not sure, if Jamie goes back and look at this, he should know. Now, actually, I should be able to pull this up. I believe Jamie's on my friends list here from years ago. Him and I used to run street stocks together. Man, I used to be one of those guys who just loved running dirt street stocks all the time. Hence why I have a decent dirt I rating. It is not from being good in any other car. I can tell you that. He was one of the guys who used to have some good battles out there, I believe. Greg Parmalee there in the SRC number 4. Oh, Young Gun Creations. I didn't realize that's a fellow teammate of mine there at Gambler Motorsports who runs that deal. So, Aiden Young on that paint. We hop back in. Do we have anybody else out there? No, that's that same old room. We do have a 28th driver. You see Jacob Tyler Williams in that 5. He's not out on the racetrack, though, in the session. Oh, there he goes. Like magic, he appears there. And that 5X. And ooh, he's either having a little... Oh, no, he's going to pull back off. Maybe didn't have the right setup loaded in the race car. I was worried he was lagging out already. I was gonna say that was going to be a short night for him. No big deal. He's right back out there. And, man, that double nickel. Look at that paint scheme. Oh, no! Going to need to rewrap that thing, though. The white flag you see pop up. And you know what that means. The checkered flag's waving on practice, and we're about to get ready to roll into qualifying. Let's see who pulls out on the racetrack first. We'll try to find him here. Looking like it's going to be Michael Elledge in the double deuce. That dude wipes machine. Let's see what he does. On his opening lap, rolls through 3 and 4. Not going to run that outside like we may see some other guys do on that opening lap. Try to carry as much speed as they can, but we'll see how it works out for the double deuce here as he rolls through 1 and 2. Looking to keep it low here. As we see Elledge, he's got the rear end hooked up. Should oh, he runs over the berm a little bit there. You see the rear end unsettle itself, and not going to kill him, but definitely going to lose some time. And, well, this guy right now, Brandon Geiswhite, here in the 18 machine, rip in the middle his second time around. What's his speed going to look like? Going to need to pick it up here if he wants to take the pole back. He does. Brandon Geiswhite parks on the top. Can the Ant-Man steal it back? Lap number 2. Anthony Morano not going to find it. And currently, Brandon Geiswhite, your pole sitter. Let's see Douglas Stewart as he rolls across the start-finish line. Doug Stewart going to bring it home P10. Blake Murray, first time around. He's got it in P7. It looked like he may have tapped that backstretch wall. And if he did, this lap's not going to count. Let's see. Blake Murray, can he improve? Currently 7th. And Blake Murray, you saw on the bottom of the screen there, yellow, yellow. That's not good. He's going to slow down. And now we hop back to the 63 here at Clifford Driscoll, currently 15th. Looking for a big improvement here. Slower in Sector 1, quicker in Sector 2. Doesn't improve his time. No, he's going to stay 15th, but get knocked down a peg because JP Shed on his opening lap around puts it P9. JP, can he improve? Slower through Sector 1, quicker through Sector 2. What's it mean? JP can improve, and he's going to stay P9. Out of our 28 drivers, 26 have put in a time here this evening. Not sure if the final 2 will put in a time or not. I think actually Earl Clements, one of them may be an admin here this evening. I may remember seeing his name pop up. He's becoming race control, so maybe join the race instead of spectating. So we may actually only have 27 cars, and not too sure. Sean Grimes Jr., it doesn't look like he's going to come out on the racetrack, and even if he wanted to, he's out of time. You see the white there, and we get ready to roll into heat race number 1. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Starting on the inside of row number 5, in the 5, Jacob Williams. Outside of row number 4 in the 316, Devin Hauer into his inside, the 762 of Dale Slides. Row number 3 to the outside, the 63 of Clifford Driscoll, and to his inside, the 47 of Josh Dyer. Row number 2 to the outside in the 4, Greg Parmalee, and to his inside, the 83 of Blake Murray. Row number 1 for heat race number 1 at the Knoxville Raceway. To the outside in the 75, Daniel Adam. And starting on the pole, your pole winner, the 7 of Brandon Geiswhite. You know, I can't say how much I appreciate a league that they don't really do the invert from qualifying. It encourages no sandbagging. Guys go out here, really lay it down, and you see it translate into better racing that way, I think. You know, you got the guys out front who should be out front. Now, it doesn't always end up like that, but I would say, 7 out of 10, it turns out better than the other way around, which 3 to 10. So pace truck rolls off. We do get the field there. We were waiting on the 5 of Jacob Tyler Williams. It looks like he does make the call. Sitting still here for a little bit. There he goes. Kicks that thing in gear, and we roll around. Get ready to go play here at the Knoxville Raceway. 10 laps. Top 4 gonna transfer to the feature, rest to the B main. Let's see what it looks like. Pace truck gonna go around one more time. Drivers not quite ready to go just yet. Gonna pace it around here. I think Brandon Geiswhite has to be the early favorite. I mean, you go out there, you qualify quick, but Daniel Adam, he's going to be no slouch on the outside in that 75. Keeping an eye on Greg Parmalee in the 4 as well. And, Devin Hauer, not the best qualifying effort, but we expect to see that 316 contend for the top 4 here. Try to get into the transfer. As the pace truck pulls off, the green flag is high. It's ready to fly. Heat race number 1 underway at the Knoxville Raceway. Blake Murray with a good run there. He's able to get to that was Cliff Driscoll who sent it in but couldn't get it to stick. And now Devin Hauer trying to look under the 47 of Josh Dyer. Dyer trying to take a peek under the 4 of Greg Parmalee. Dyer going to throw a slide job. Greg having to crack the throttle and drive back underneath as there's contact behind. Devin Hauer up and over, barrel roll. No caution waves, and we continue here at the Knoxville Raceway. Murray getting a rear end full here. Josh Dyer on the move in that 47. Let's hop on the nose. What kind of run does he get coming out of 4 here? Plenty of time, longer laps at the Knoxville Raceway. Still 7 laps to go. He drives it in deep, tries to peek under, but just can't get that drive center off that the 83 of Blake Murray can. And either way, they're both trying to run down these two. And really, Daniel, he's having a tough time keeping up with your leader, Brandon Geiswhite, in a league of his own here early on at the Knoxville Raceway. Greg Parmalee, the first guy on the outside looking in, running P5. Started 4th, but just wasn't able to hold on. The 47 of Dyer made a big slide job and hasn't looked back since. In fact, he's looking towards the front, trying to find a way around Blake Murray. Gotta think, let's see, 9. We're gonna have 3 heat races, I think. And, you know, every spot you get here is 3 starting spots in the feature. So it's important, can Dyer find a way around? And meanwhile, out front, Daniel Adam, he heard me talking a bunch of smack, and he's run down Geisweit, but I don't think he's close enough here. 3 laps. He's got time to reel him in and make a move, but he's got to all but be perfect. Can Daniel Adam find a way to hit his mark time after time? He has so far. I mean, he is right on the deck lid of Geisweit as we roll through 3 and 4. White flag in the air. One more trip around the Knoxville Raceway. Geisweit slides in, looking to protect that inside, but then Adam gets a good run off the corner. He takes a peek through 3 and 4. What's going to happen? He can't find the run center off, and Brandon Geisweit's got just enough to hold on. Daniel Adam, Blake Murray, and Josh Dyer punch their ticket. Greg Parmalee, Dale Slides, Cliff Driscoll, Jacob Tyler Williams, and Devin Howard to the B main. As we get ready here for heat race number 2, let's take a look at our starting lineup. On the inside of row number 5, the 10 of Tyler Welch. Row number 4 on the outside in the 43, Peyton Anderson. And is inside the double nickel of Troy Dorian. Row number 3 on the outside, the 1 of Charlie Jude. And is inside the 94 of Gary Offit. Row number 2 to the outside in the 1-5, Chase Short. And is inside the 29 of Scott Dobbs. Row number 1 for heat race number 2 on the outside, the 6 of Jamie Massey. And is inside the 32 of the Magic Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. And well, like clockwork, that overlaps, and I'm just not going to say it because you've heard it every week from me. But I am begging a broadcaster who knows code to tell me why it's doing that. Steve, the pace truck is off. The green flag's high. It's ready to fly. Great jump for the Ant-Man as we're off heat race number 2. Jamie Massey feeling the heat right away. Scott Dobbs takes a peek, but Massey with a good run there, center off, and all of a sudden he's all over the deck lid of the 32. Can Jamie Massey find a way to take a peek to the inside? Doesn't have to rush this thing. 9 laps to go, plenty of time to play. But man, they're battling hard. The double nickel trying to find a way around that 94. And the 43 of Peyton Anderson taking a peek to the inside. His guys beating down the backstretch wall. Charlie Jude hard into the wall. He breaks the right front. That's a tough break for Charlie, but it moves Chase Short in that 1-5, aka the 7 car, firmly into that top 4 transfer spot, because off the back, Gary Offit, he is a way back. He is going to need some help, and it may come in the form of these two racing hard as Jamie Massey takes a peek to the inside through 1 and 2. Morano holds firm in the center, and now Massey's going to take a peek up in that rear view mirror, and he's going to see the 29 of Scott Dobbs. He's there to play too. That's where, if you're Jamie, right now you're seeing it stinks. It really does, but it's a 1-lane racetrack, and you go, you can get that run, you can diamond off just like this. Now, unless he gets a mega send, he's going to make me eat my words. Can he throw this slide job? Not going to get it done. And Anthony with just enough to hold off. And now, whoa, Scott, he gets on the binders. That could have been nasty. Jamie throws a block there. And man, Scott's saving both of their lives here as Jamie going back to work. Arguably the quicker car right now, but 1-lane racetrack here at the Knoxville Raceway. Pulls even, and he's got enough for the slide job here. Clips the berm. The Ant-Man cuts back with a crossover. They're side by side going down the backstretch. Anthony throws one in through 3 and 4. Jamie Massey gonna cross down under, and the 6 of Jamie Massey takes the lead with 3 laps to play. Can Jamie hold on, or is Anthony going to counter back? The answer is no. Anthony can't find the run coming out of 2. Jamie, can he drop the sails and sail off here into the sunset at the Knoxville Raceway? 2 laps left to play. Chase Short in that 4th and final transfer comfortably up the road. Gary Offit there 5th. Troy Dorian 6th. 7th there, Peyton. 8th, Tyler Welch. You're seeing them very spaced out, but the top 3 almost under a blanket. Well, Jamie, he's actually trying to get out of that blanket. Anthony wishes he could get out as well, but the 29 of Scott Dobbs trying to smother him. Final time through 3 and 4. Jamie Massey looking at the checkered flag, and he's going to take heat race number 2. Anthony Morano, Scott Dobbs, and Chase Short punch their ticket. Gary Offit, Troy Dorian, Peyton Anderson, Tyler Welch, and Charlie Jude to the B main. As we get ready for our 3rd and final heat race here at the Knoxville Raceway. Top 4 punch their ticket to the show. And like I say, we'll have 2 B mains. Well, that's a little funky too. That looks a little better, huh? Oh man. I have no idea what was going on there. But row number 4 starting on the outside in the double deuce, Michael Elledge, and is inside the 9 of Sean Roberts. Row number 3 to the outside in the 84, Bryce Dickinson, and is inside the 82 of Dalton DeWert. Row number 2 on the top shelf in the 3, Douglas Stewart, into his inside the 06 of JP Shed. Row number 1 for your 3rd and final heat race here at the Knoxville Raceway, starting on the outside in the deuce, Lane Phillips, into his inside the 92 of Casey Childers. We're going Childers. No, Childers. No, I'm telling you, I keep going back and forth. I want to say both, but we're going to go Childers until I hear different. Let's see here. Hopefully we don't have to. We do. But the green flag is high. It's ready to fly. 10 laps to play in the clay. Heat race number 3 is underway. Good jump out front for Childers. But all of a sudden, man, that run on the outside you get in the middle of 1 and 2, they just can't get the jump with the leader. But, man, outside's where you want to be. And I wouldn't be surprised if come feature time, we see the leader possibly choose to start on the outside, because it's really starting to hook up. Maybe 15, 20 more laps. I think that is one of, well, maybe not that long. Look at them go up there. They're really starting to go. There goes the 06 of Shed. I mean, they are starting to widen the Knoxville Raceway, and that means it's about to get racy. And look at Dalton DeWert. He tries to make a move, but now he's going to lose 2 spots because of it. Started 5th down to 7th. You get a little too aggressive. Sometimes you can get hung out. Now the 84 there, Bryce Dickinson. He got in the wall going down the backstretch. He's going to lose 2, 3 spots as he enters 1. And all of a sudden on the outside, looking in once again, Douglas Stewart in the 3 holds on to the 4th and final transfer spot. Sean Roberts started 7th up to 5th. Gonna get one more. Wants to punch that ticket. Doesn't want to have to race through the B main, but man, as we jump on the nose. Long way up the road here in dirt racing. Now he does have 5 laps to go as we come to the start-finish line this time. He's going to need some help because he may have some company in the 82 of Dalton DeWert and Bryce Dickinson. If Bryce can get back into a rhythm, remember he was running up there closer towards the front, 4th or 5th, but got into that outside wall, lost all those spots, and sometimes it takes you a couple laps to shake off the cobwebs and get back in it, but we got another H&L driver here trying to come on the move here. The 2 of Lane Phillips. We watched Jamie Massey sneak his way through. Did Lane read the playbook? Is he running the same gear? Can he do what his teammate did in the 6? We'll have to see. Coming down the backstretch, JP Shed all by his lonesome there in third, and you still see Douglas Stewart hanging on to the fourth and final transfer. Not much racing going on right now, single file. Lane lost touch a little bit the last time through 3 and 4. Comes back on the leash through 1 and 2, but just not yanking it enough here through 3 and 4. Maybe a little too wide, but he's doing the dirty work for later as the white flag flies one more trip around. We roll off at 2. Childers, man, that 2 got real big all of a sudden, making one last run. Not going to do it as the checkered flag flies. Casey Childers, Lane Phillips, JP Shed, Doug Stewart punch their ticket. Dalton DeWert, Sean Roberts, Bryce Dickinson, and Michael Elledge to the B main. As we'll take a look here and see, but we had 12, so let's see, that's taking 8 guys, so 4 from each. Or actually, no, we're just going to run 1 tonight. No, 1 B main. Okay, so 1 B main, and well, there you see, only taking 6 drivers, so only 18, not 20. So we are taking 6 drivers. Let's take a look here at the starting lineup. Starting on the outside of row number 7 in the 1, Charlie Jude. Into his inside in the 316, Dalton Hauer. Row number 6 on the outside in the double deuce, that's Michael Elledge. Into his inside, the 10 of Tyler Welch. Row number 5 on the outside, the 5 of Jacob Williams. Into his inside, the 84 of Bryce Dickinson. Row number 4 in the 43, Peyton Anderson on the top shelf. Into his inside, the 63 of Cliff Driscoll. Row number 3 on the outside, the 9 of Sean Roberts. Into his inside in the double nickel, Troy Dorian. Row number 2 on that top shelf, the 762 of Dale Slides. Into his inside, the 82 of Dalton DeWert. Row number 1 got a set of teammates. On the outside, the 94 of Gary Offit. Into his inside, the 4 of Greg Parmalee. Remember, top 6 make the show here for your B main as the pace truck dives off. We get to reset this one more time here on the fly. My apologies. We try to drop down to this just in time, catch the end of it, but we're back ready to play here at the Knoxville Raceway. Man, they're battling up front. Dalton wants to get out front. He doesn't want to get caught up in anything nasty, and can't really blame him. We got a couple cars here not making the grid all the way back to Tyler Welch. Only 10 cars on the racetrack. Remember, 6 going to the show. We got 3. Oh, beating and banging here, guys. Oh, no. We got 2 around. Caution flies here in the B main. Guys going to get a chance to go in and repair it. Boy, oh, boy, we need it. As the caution flag flies. So the software doesn't want to give us any help here because nobody actually spun around. That wasn't an iRacing caution. That was helped by the admins. Clearly needed 100%, but had to do the individual rewind. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. So Gary Offit, he's already in the wall. Okay, but he wasn't involved in this originally. So the 316 gets tagged by the 84. That's something a little different. The 43 comes up, gets into the 9. The 9 then gets into the 63. 63 nails the wall, loses the right front. From there, they funnel behind. And we're going to see a couple race cars tore up, a couple right front tires fly off. No, we're not, because I went ahead of them. But you catch my drift. You saw it happen. Carnage here at the Knoxville Raceway, and we're not even in the feature here yet, so. Out front, Greg Parmalee leads the way. Dalton DeWert, P2. This gives me a chance to redo the overlay on my end. Because like I say, I'm not as familiar with these guys. So sorry if there's fluctuation changes in my voice. I'm having to peek at my other monitor. Kind of cheat and see their names. Since I could only update your overlay. But hey, we're all good now. Got her fixed here, and lights are off, and this man in the 94 set to bring us back to the green flag is Greg Parmalee. Love to seal the deal. Love to know we're not going back yet. They clicked the lights back on the pace car. Guys still not in line. I don't think where they need to be. We're right now Michael Elledge in 6th. He would be that final transfer. And the dude wipes machine. That thing's got a little damage on the front end. Hopefully it handles. You know, not many cars in the B main. We've only got, I guess we do have 11, so somebody else snuck back out there. Just pulled off a little late. Go up front to Greg Parmalee. We'll see. Pace truck pulls off. The green flag is high. It's ready to fly. The 4, of Greg Parmalee drops the hammer, and we're back underway, man. Guys jumping to the inside. Hopefully we didn't see any black flags come out there, but now we're seeing the double deuce there of Michael Elledge. Not too sure. That thing may have some damage, or he just not feeling up to it. That thing, he was up there in that final transfer spot, and he is just sinking like a rock in the 22 all the way back to 10th. And now Bryce Dickinson in the 84 in the 6th and final transfer spot here with 5 laps to go, 4 laps this time, as Dalton, he's got a mirror full, he's got a front end full. Devin Hauer, his teammate at Full Throttle Motorsports, trying to make a move on the inside. Not able to get it done is Peyton Anderson running fourth. He gets into that outside wall. You don't want to break the right front. You got this thing in the show, guys. You got to behave. But, man, sometimes it's hard to turn it off when you're a race car driver, and that's exactly what we're seeing. There's DJ ripping it on the outside. Devin going to slide up in front. Dalton countering back with a cut underneath. As they race off into 1, Dalton looks to have the spot firmly, but Devin with a good run. And, man, oh, man, Greg Parmalee loving every second of this. Takes a peek up in that rearview mirror, then looks out the windshield. He sees the white flag fly. One more trip around. Let's go back to the battle here for the final transfer. Currently the 84 of Bryce Dickinson. Do we see a big Hail Mary from Dale Slides through 3 and 4? He sends it in. Slide job for the final transfer. He gets it to stick. He brings it to the line, and Dale Slides with a slide job to punch his ticket to the show here at the Knoxville Raceway. Man, oh man, he went out and got that one. Greg Parmalee, Dalton DeWert, Devin Hauer, Peyton Anderson, Charlie Jude, and Dale Slides. Welcome to the A-Main. And now we got to think here. So, Brandon, he did. Yeah, okay, so they actually got here in order. I was going to say I wanted to make sure I did this correctly. Hey, Brandon, Shaggy up here, man. You got a copy? Hey, Brandon, Shaggy up here, man. You got a copy? Hello? May have stepped away for a moment here. We'll give him, see if he picks up the mic. Brandon, Shaggy, you got a copy? Nope, off in La La Land and down to a former friend, whether he remembers or not, Jamie Massey. Shaggy up here in the booth, man. You got a copy?
What's up, brother?
Hey, man, long time no talk. Used to run with you in the street stock days. Not sure if you remember me or not, but looks like you got a hot rod here in the late models tonight. What are we thinking the chances are of bringing home a checkered flag here?
I think we got a good chance. We'll see. You just have to see how it plays out. it's all in how the race plays out. Anything can happen in these races, and we'll take what's given to us and try to be the one standing at the end.
Yeah, not a huge field here, Jamie, with how they, cut it down to 18. I kind of dig that. But what are we thinking? Are we going to get some longer green flag runs, or the boys going to misbehave a little tonight?
Well, I hope we get some green flag runs. I think my setup's going to come in more towards the end of the race, and we just have to see how it plays out, man. We'll hopefully just be there at the end, and that's all that really matters.
Well, hey, outside of the front row, man, good luck here. I'll be wishing you luck the rest of the way. Go give them hell, Jamie.
Appreciate it, brother.
Now we'll see if we can pull up. Here. Casey, Shaggy up here in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you confused the heck out of me because it's a C on iRacing, and then I saw a K here in Discord. I was like, do I have the right guy? But hey, man, able to bring home heat race number 3. How's the car feeling as we roll into the feature?
Qualifying and heat race setup felt real good. I don't know about this feature setup. We're going to try it.
Obviously it's Knoxville. You can see guys run that inside. You can see guys hook up on that outside. What are we expecting tonight? A two-groove racetrack, or are we going to want to pound down that wall this evening?
I think it's going to be against the wall and a bunch of sliders.
Well, Casey, that sounds like a recipe for disaster, and I'm going to wish you the best of luck here. Hopefully you can bring that 92 home in one piece on the podium, brother. Good luck.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, now we're going to see Brandon. You back? Shaggy up here in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. I had to bind a button to push to talk.
Oh, you're all gravy, man. How, well, you're going to start on the front row on the pole tonight, man. Quick time. How are we feeling about stealing the whole show this evening?
Quite nervous, actually. In the heat race there, I saw my teammate Daniel creeping up on me, and I was just trying to stay calm and lock in the heat win.
Well, I got a couple. I asked Casey. I forgot to ask Jamie. He thinks we're set up for some sliders and beating down the outside wall. But are we going to see anybody rip the inside, maybe gear up a little bit?
I may venture down there. It just depends on where I feel comfortable. They're in the heat race towards the end. First time ever running sliders here. Setup felt good. We'll see if feature setup hooks up.
All right, man. We'll keep some rubber on those sneakers, and good luck here. Hopefully I'm talking to you at the end of this thing, Brandon.
Hopefully. There's a lot of good guys in here. I'm actually quite shocked that I qualified pole and won my heat race. There's a lot of good guys, and we have some pretty good teammates here on Excel.
Well, we'll be rooting for you, Brandon. Good luck, man. Give him hell.
Thank you.
That's Brandon Geiswhite, and he's going to be starting on the pole. Couldn't give you a view of his car there because he's sitting in pit road. I tried. But, oh, there he goes. Now he hops in the vehicle. He could have been out there the whole time. Put Brandon there in that 18 machine. As we get ready to roll into the feature here at the Knoxville Raceway, let's take a look at your starting lineup. Oh, after we drop the driver details. My apologies. Row number 9 on the outside in the 762. You saw him earn his way in with his last name doing it up the code. Slide job Dale Slides, and on his inside, the 1 of Charlie Jude. Row number 8 on the outside, the 43 of Peyton Anderson, and to his inside, the 316 of Devin Hauer. Row number 7 on the outside, the 82 of Dalton DeWert, and to his inside, the 4 of Greg Parmalee. Row number 6 on that top shelf, the 3 of Doug Stewart, and to his inside, the 15 of Chase Short. Row number 5 on the outside, the 47 of Josh Dyer, and to his inside, the 06 of JP Shed. Row number 4 on the top shelf, the 29 of Scott Dobbs, and to his inside, the 83 of Blake Murray. Row number 3 on the top shelf, the deuce of Lane Phillips, and to his inside, the 32, the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. Row number 2 on the outside, the 75 of Daniel Adam, and to his inside, the 92 of Casey Childs. Row number 1 for your Outlaw Dirt Series Pro Late Models at the Knoxville Raceway. Starting on the outside in the 6, Jamie Massey. And starting on the pole, the 7 of Brandon Geiswhite. As we get ready here, 18 drivers. Josh Dyer, though, not making the call, so only 17 guys on the racetrack for now. Tough break for Josh. Maybe he can get out there in time. Who knows? We're going to go green this time by as we roll through 3 and 4. Brandon Geiswhite reaches down. He pulls them belts tight one more time. Takes a deep breath. Says a prayer. Drops the hammer because the green flag is high. It's ready to fly. 40 laps to play at the Knoxville Raceway. Brandon with that slide job trying to get up in front, take that outside line. Jamie trying to counter back with that good momentum through 1 and 2. Can he throw a slide job? Can he park it on Brandon? The answer is no. He leaves him a lane. Brandon, he's got to find a way to come back, but Jamie's going to send it in deep. Clips the berm, slide job, and Jamie Massey leads the way here, lap number 2 at the Knoxville Raceway. We're running 2-3 wide back here. We got the 29 of Scott Dobbs on the inside. That 83 of Blake Murray. Supposed to be a 83. It looks like a 5-3 to me. Childers, he's on falling back, actually. I was about to say on the move on the outside. Kind of got bumped out there. Lost a lot of time. Started 3rd, back to 6th, and Casey looking to rebound, doing just that as he drives on the outside of the Ant-Man. The 32 of Anthony Morano, probably looking to save that right rear tire. You got Jamie Massey out front, setting the pace, doing that as well. And here comes the 75. 3 wide for P2, coming off of 4. Lane Phillips tries to go up there and join his HNL teammate, but he's running out of room in there in the middle, getting jammed in there between 2 pieces of bread. Daniel Adams, he had that low line rolling, but it just seemed to slip off here this last lap, and now he's going to have to drop up here in line, get up into 4th place. You don't want the Ant-Man and Anthony Morano starting to run you guys down and taking that jab on the outside, because that's exactly what the Ant-Man will do. He's running downstairs right now. Those guys they're just conserving that right rear tire. And if you're upstairs beating the wall down and you're not as quick as those boys up front, you got the fear of God into you right now, because you're not going to have nothing left come lap 35 to 40 if you're up there beating the hell out of the wall already. And Daniel Adams trying to move into that final podium spot here. See, straightens that wheel. Doesn't want to fight it a lot. You give it one yank, then you're rotating it back. It's all about being smooth. And we're seeing Brandon Geiswhite lose that connection a little bit, blinking, able to hold on back firm for now. As we're 9 laps in the book, or on lap 9, 8 laps in the books here at the Knoxville Raceway. Let's go back. Let's take a peek here. We got Dalton on the outside. Casey, remember, started 3rd, but this feature setup just not to his liking. And all the way back to 10th here in the 92. Casey, he's going to be asking the mechanic what they did different here, because he was feeling himself in the heat. You know, quick race car, looking good. There's 3 wide behind him. Is Chase Short blinking a little bit? He's back now. That's why the camera disappeared. The Chase, Devin, and JP racing hard. Devin Howard to the inside in this 316. He throws a slide job. Chase tries to counter back to the inside. They touch going down the front stretch. Chase going to throw a slide job. Devin was up in that outside wall. Going to mess him up. He's not going to be able to counter back. But the battle heating up front. Brandon, he's reeled back in Jamie. And was Brandon just taking it easy there those first couple laps, letting it come to him? You know the way it normally goes. If the car feels real good now, that's not necessarily the best, because the racetrack will change over these next 26 laps. So you want to make sure it's going to be good here in this second half to, bottom third. That's when it's going to be important. And Dale slides. We saw him barely make it into the B main, or barely make it into the A main. Last lap, last turn, through 3 and 4, slide job gets him into the show. He started 18th. He's all the way up to 8th, up 10 spots. Dale slides. Man, he is on a mission in that 762. There's Lane Phillips here. He's trying to pick Jamie's brain, saying, Jamie, hey man, maybe you want to lift here every now and then in the middle of the corner. Let me get a run on the outside, try to move on up to P2. And he says, no way, because Brandon's quick. Brandon right there, one mistake can find a way around Jamie. And here Lane, he looks like he's got a quick race car, but just cannot find a way around. And hats off to him, trying to do it the right way, running clean, trying to take a peek here on the inside of the 18. If he wants to get by, he's going to have to show maximum effort. He gets to the outside. Big boy run on that top shelf. Put the work boots on. And Lane Phillips takes the high lane. Moves on up to P2. And out is Daniel Adam. Does he think about doing the same? Because Anthony Morano, he just tried it out there entering one. Said if it worked for him, I'm going to go upstairs, try to get by you two guys. As Blake Murray, another HNL driver, trying to make an HNL top 3. Gonna need to hook this thing up though. Got some quick race cars in front of him. Brandon Geiswhite moving to the outside. Now Blake going to the inside here. Anthony thinking about making it 3 wide. All this 20 laps, green flag at the Knoxville Raceway. 20 laps left to play. Brandon Geiswhite, he gets run down. 75, he throws a block. Oh, clean though, man. This is good racing here at Knoxville. The Ant-Man, like magic, lives up to the name, and the Magic Ant-Man pulls on up into the podium spot. Can he go up here and try to run down the HNL gang? And can Blake? He's a little late, but he's got an invitation from his teammates to join him on the podium. Here he comes. He's running as high, wide, and handsome as he can. Gets a good run coming down the backstretch. Going to sail it into 3 and 4. Anthony going to slide up, shut the door. Now can he cut down here going down the front stretch? The answer is yes. Does he have enough for a slide job? No. He's going to have to go back to work. But he completes the pass on Daniel Adam for now. No, Daniel Adam, he comes back on the inside. Back and forth as the caution flag flies. For the first time here at the Knoxville Raceway, JP Shed. First off, let's yell at the camera guy. Terrible camera angle. That's not going to show us what happened. Well, I don't know if anything's going to show us what happened here. If maybe the wheel disconnected, the wheel broke, because it doesn't have damage here. It's steering fine. And we'll see. Just all of a sudden tightens up on him, sticks in that outside wall, and JP may bring his night to an end here early. Let's see. So I always tell these guys, when you go back and look, I'm not going to pull up Brandon. Because, you know, he was just running up in the top 3, sinking down a little bit. You don't need to rain on the guy when it's already pouring. But if any of you guys, you know, big fan of the in-race interviews, I'm telling you, I'm calm, cool, polite. I know what it's like to drive out there. You don't want to be harassed when you're out here driving. And, you know, but if you want a short, sweet interview here under caution where I can pick your brain a little bit, feel free to sit in that Discord, man, and I'll pull you up. I'll send you back home after. But as always, you know, not obligated. Just makes it a little more interesting when the drivers do that. Go down the backstretch here for the final time. Lights still off on the pace truck, and drivers set to drop the hammer and go back racing as the green flag is high. It's ready to fly. 16 laps left at the Knoxville Raceway. We're back underway. Oh, man, 3 wide here at the back. Look at him. Dale slides on the move, but Anthony Morano, he goes around. Car flips up and over. Couldn't tell who that was. Blake Murray over and over and over. Let's go back. Let's see here. We'll rewind. Let's see if we can try and figure out where this happened. And, well, I think we maybe see where it happened here. So, we're already 3 wide. It looks like the 75. Now, not a big fan of playing the blame game. Maybe jumps a little early and it takes that peak. And Anthony, he's got to run in the middle. So he doesn't get the best entry. He tries to move up to the high side. 53 ends up being there. They run out of room. Anthony comes down. The 53 rolls up and over. And tough break for Blake Murray and Anthony Morano. They had some good runs going, but, you know, I mean, racing stuff's going to happen. And you go in there 3 wide, not expecting it, and all of a sudden, an aggressive move from Lane Phillips puts him in a good spot here for the next restart. So, have to see if it comes back to haunt Lane, or, you know, odds are it's looking like it's going to pay off for him. I mean, I don't see a penalty. He's staying up there towards the front. Sometimes, you know, you go in there, you just stick the nose. He wasn't necessarily up to the door, so I don't think it's penalty worthy either. You know, I'm not advocating for one, but you just, you flirt with that line sometimes when you get that aggressive, and he absolutely nailed it. Gets Anthony uncomfortable, and, you know, those 2 drivers who were racing for position in front of him, now they end up wiping themselves out. Gain 2 spots. So that's exactly what you got to do sometimes. Ended up paying off for the 75 as Jamie Massey rolls that outside. We're going to have 15 laps left when we come to the green flag. Jamie drops the hammer. We're back underway as Daniel Adam with another good restart in that 75. And, well, let's see here. I don't see an HNL on that thing, so it's not like they're in the Discord counting down. He's an Excel driver. Just great on those restarts. He was able to make quick work of Lane Phillips and finds himself in the middle step of the podium here with plenty of time to go up here and take a shot at Jamie. Dale slides up the 6th in the 762. Just continues the climb. Maybe needs another caution or 2. If he wants to be able to get up to that podium, you've got a big gap to the cars in front of him. They're 3 wide behind. Childers trying to make back up some of that ground. Remember, he started 3rd, falling back as far as 12th. Battling here, trying to get up to 9. Slide job. They're going to cross over. Beating and banging in front. Dale slides. He found himself in the outside wall. Devin Hauer with a crossover. Dale, you got a lift out of that. That's exactly what he does. He's going to lose 2 or 3 spots, though, because of it. And out front, Daniel Adams. Cue the jaw music. Let's bring up the lap times. 3 out of the last 4, he's been quicker than your leader, but not a bunch. You know, just able to stick with it. And it looks like this time Jamie may gap him a little more. Again, let's take a peek here. As it comes up, no, the caution flag flies. That's why it did that. It's not going to give us a lap. Let's go back. Let's see what happened if we can find out why there's a yellow flag. Let's see here. So it wasn't Douglas. Was it Anthony involved in this? No, not Anthony. Was that Slides? No, the 29. And I don't believe... No, we do. So Dobbs. Scott Dobbs. Let's go back. Oh, so there was a slide job here. That says 53, but on your leaderboards, it's the 83. Coming in from pretty deep, throws the slide job right across the nose and just not clear. And that is going to ruin Scott Dobbs' night. Tough break. And, you know, I mean, he definitely had the speed. You expect the slide job, but, man, oh, man, not from that far away. That was, you know, a stayed over. Can't really think that's going to clear and make it. Oh, well, you may earn yourself one of them back in the future, so you got to be careful with those. Driver's not a big fan of receiving those slide jobs from out of left field. Is Anthony Morano? I think he's coming around trying to get on the lead lap. I also, God love you guys. You see, I get lucky there with that camera here at Knoxville, but drivers, please stay as close as you can to that pace truck, because you see race tracks like this, I don't necessarily have the benefit of the caution lights on the outside of the racetrack. So there's nothing to cheat off of if I can't see that pace car. I don't know if we're going back green or not. So there we saw the lights click off. So the plan is to go back green this time. 3 cautions in 30 laps. Pretty good pace. We went over halfway without one. And, well, you know the deal. Cautions breed cautions. You rebunch up the field. You got guys different, you know, strategies. How hard have they run their set of tires? What grip do they have left? So got guys out here just really different level cars right now. As the green flag's high, it's ready to fly. 10 laps to play at the Knoxville Raceway. Jamie Massey brings us to the green flag. His teammate there, Lane Phillips, takes a peek on the inside. We're seeing guys bouncing around here, beating and banging. No caution flag just yet. May need one, though, and we do finally get one. I believe Charlie Jude. I saw a right front go flying. I believe that was his. So we'll see. Greg gets tagged from the 29. The 29 gets into the 4. The 1 then gets into the 4 of Greg Parmalee. And from there, we're back under caution here at the Knoxville Raceway. Let's see here. I wonder. Now, I'm going to absolutely put this man on the spot, so hopefully he doesn't freeze up. But hey, Tyler, broadcaster up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You're an experienced driver. We know that. You run these a lot. What's going through your head right now? You know, you've run this thing over halfway. Then you get a couple caution flags. You know, what are you thinking? Are you worried about your tires cooling off too much? Are you worried about the grip level? What's going through your head?
To be honest with you, man, I really don't race these pro late models, but if I had to say something, it would probably be the tire grip. With these cautions, it definitely doesn't help. But Jamie, I mean, he's looking pretty good up top, so it all depends. I mean, well, we got, 9 laps to go, so it all depends on your tire wear, how much you got left.
I'm with you. You got a wild card out there? You think you've seen anybody saving stuff come up here and give him a run, or you think Jamie's got this under control?
I think Daniel can take the spot from him, so I'm going with Daniel.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for joining me up here, Tyler. I'll send you back home. And thanks
right,
for
thank
having
you.
me, brother. It's the green flag's high. It's ready to fly. He's thinking Daniel can get up here and play a little bit with Jamie as we're back underway. 9 laps to go. Daniel trying to get that run on the outside, but we are back under caution once again. Couldn't tell what happened there. Let's see. Oh, we're just going to park this in turn 1. I think they maybe just didn't like the restart because I am not seeing anything too bad here. Do have cars going around. The 76 was getting bounced around a little bit. Let's see if we can find anything. So let's go up a little further than that here. So yeah, Devin's on the inside. I mean, yeah, seems like the caution may have already flown at that point in time. Not too sure why. May not have liked the restart here. Somebody may have jumped it. But either way, we're going to figure it out. We'll line them back up here. Lights still on the pace truck, so we're going to go around at least one more time here. Jamie Massey, he got out front, lap number, I want to say 2 or 3. Made pretty short work of starting on the outside of the front row. And has since set the pace. Did he maybe drive a little too hard in those first opening laps? We saw Daniel kind of nurse himself around 5th or 6th there, makes the move, gets aggressive on the restart. 2 in front of him get involved in a caution, moves on up, next restart. In about a half a lap, takes over P2. I mean, he's clearly got something left. But is it enough to go run down the 6 car out front? Lights still on. Going to go around one more time here. Not ready to play just yet here at Knoxville. Ooh, just watch out, camera guy. Getting speckled with dirt up there. Lights are off this time on the pace truck, so Jamie Massey will wrestle the field one more time through 3 and 4. And he'll drop that hammer and bring us back to the green flag one more time. Can Jamie Massey hold on for 8 laps? Or can Daniel Adam find a way on by? We're back underway. Brandon Geiswhite gets into Dalton DeWert. Dalton DeWert, who started 14th up to 4th, up 10 spots for the 82. Can Dalton find a way to get in on the podium here as he rips the inside? Different strokes for different folks here. The 75 of Adam. He's going as high and handsome as he can, trying to use up all that sneaker he's got left. The Jamie Massey, man, he is just smooth on the inside. And we are under caution for the 6th time here at the Knoxville Raceway. Chase Short here, I believe. Keep an eye on that 7. He just gets into the front stretch wall. Rides it up into the wall and decides He's had enough for the evening. He tows it. Didn't see any serious right front damage either. He probably could have kept driving that if he wanted to, but just decided, hey, I've had a long enough night. It's time to call it quits. Maybe not running points this season. So he's going to load it up. We should have 6 laps left when we do take the green flag. The light's still on the pace truck, so we'll go around a couple more times here. Not gonna go back racing just yet. As I seriously doubt she's watching, but Allie, if you're watching, happy birthday. That's my wife. It's her birthday in 2.5 hours, so I took the night off tomorrow night. Absolutely no broadcasting for this guy. Fire up that smoker. Invite some family over. Might have a couple cold ones too. Who knows? Who knows? But Jamie Massey, man, he'd like to crack a cold one here. Been a long second half to this race. Like I say, we ran the first 23 laps, I believe, 22 laps. No cautions. Well, we've had 6 here in the last less than 15 laps, so not getting a lot of green flag time here to close out. 6 laps to play at the Knoxville Raceway. Jamie brings us back to green flag. Good restart for the 75 of Daniel Adam. Able to stay close, and here comes Devin Howard. Takes a peek under his teammate there in the 82. We saw those guys throwing slider after slider in the heat races. And now they're back at each other's throats once again, trying to steal that third and final podium spot from the 2 of Lane Phillips. Lane going low and slow. I'm cooking that beat tomorrow. And Daniel Adams, man, he's trying to sear that thing. He's got it up top, burning it down. Just can't find that time through the center of the corner. Such a long way around here at the Knoxville Raceway. And Jamie doing such a good job of putting that left rear against the berm and really letting her sing from the middle off. That's what it's all about. You want that straightaway speed. And Jamie Massey doing a good job of using it all as Dalton looking to the outside. He almost gets a slide job from the 2. Who realizes he's up there but compromises his line, and now all of a sudden he's on the outside of the podium looking in as Dalton to work, coming to the line, 2 laps left to play, moves on into the podium. Daniel, if he's got anything in the bag, it's time to throw it out as we go on the nose here through 3 and 4. White flag ready to fly this time. One more trip around. Can Jamie Massey glue that thing down to the bottom and hold on, or is Daniel going to rip the outside and find a way around? We go through 3 and 4 for the final time. Daniel watches the door close as we roll off of 4. Jamie Massey brings home oh my God, the Pro Outlaw Dirt Series Pro Late Model feature at the Knoxville Raceway. The cat stole my tongue for that one. Jamie may have taken it as well as everything else here this evening. Didn't get the pole. Won his heat, though, after a good move. Starts on the outside of the front row, and man, he answers the bell. Brings it home. Congratulations to the HNL number 6 of Jamie Massey. Daniel Adam P2, and then you got Dalton rounding out the podium. Try and see if we can get a word here with our top 3 drivers. Dalton able to drive this thing up towards the front. Hard charger here tonight. Started 14th, parking at 3rd. Huge run for DJ, and well, DJ's already here in the Dalton's already here in the booth with me, and then he moved down. Dalton, unmute yourself, man. How's it feel? P3 after a hell of a drive, dude. You got to be tired after that one. May need to push the talk button too, Dalton. Or you're clicking the wrong button. Let's see here. We'll give him a minute or two. Because I watched him unmute himself. The little mute symbol disappeared. But just waiting to hear the voice of the 82 driver. All right, took a drink, Dalton. Do we got you yet? Are you there? We'll see if we can. We'll send DJ back down there, see if he can flirt around. Or Dalton. I always call him DJ. That's his brother. But we'll send Dalton down there. We'll see if he can get that fixed up. And for now, we'll go one spot up the road and talk to the man who finished P2. Daniel Adam, Shaggy in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, able to drive that thing up towards the front and finishing P2, but you got to wonder, man, you had a quick race car. It just seemed like the bottom was where you wanted to be at the end.
Yeah, I could get a run going and running that cider line. Just couldn't ever get enough laps with the cautions at the end. So congrats to Jamie. He did exactly what he had to do. And I still hate mirrors and iRacing.
You and me both, brother. But, that's the wonders of the online racing sometimes. And back to the, the cautions. You run about 22 green flag laps to start this thing off. I mean, for the life of you, you couldn't think we were going to end that way, could you?
I was certainly hoping not. I set the fastest lap there on like lap 15, running the bottom, and I could catch him. Just it's tough to pass running the bottom because you can't get that arch. So luckily we got the caution right about there at midway. I was able to dive below, I forget who it was, but I got below him and got to third, and then they wrecked, and I got below the guy running second, got the second on a restart. So definitely had a better car on restarts, just couldn't get it done with it being single file.
Well, Daniel, you're able to strut your stuff here. You saved it in the beginning. You drop back there a couple spots, but like you said, able to get aggressive on those restarts, cut to the inside, get yourself some spots back. So that's a hell of a run, man, for that 75. Congratulations. Who you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank everyone that helps me in the real world with my World of Outlaws campaign here. We got mobilization funding coming back, Justin Ellington Electrical, the Restore Warehouse, Racing for Heroes, RLM Enterprises, SRI, Shepherd Synthetics, Amsoil, Spiffies, Tricks, VP Race Fuels, Core Enterprises, Swiss Springs, American Racing, Allen Automotive, Integris Risk Solutions, Rathbones Towing, iBike Cars, the new iRacing team I just joined, Excel Sim Sports. They're hooking me up and getting me a little faster.
Well, man, if they're getting you a little faster, you're going to get a lot faster here once you actually learn this stuff. Congratulations. Hell of a run, Daniel. Looking forward to talking to you a lot more here, man, in the future.
Thank you, and thank you for the broadcast.
Daniel Adams, your P2 finisher. Now we're going to see. Let's see if we can get Dalton this time. Dalton, you got a copy?
We're here, baby.
Oh, there we go, man. Hell of a drive, dude. Up 11 spots and not much of that right rear left, but how are we feeling?
Yeah, feeling good, man. Setup was meant. Car was meant. Felt good all race. I was aggressive a little early. I felt like I had a good enough car to compete at the end there, but I think I used up a good bit of it, throughout the race. But had enough juice there to hit the top and contend for third and capitalize on third, and here we are.
Yeah, and obviously, you don't want to have to use that stuff up in the beginning, man, but how much is that a product of having to come through the B main and then you got a crap ton of cars in front of you? You really got to go get them when you got the chance, right?
Yeah, no doubt. Especially I screwed up the line there in qualifying, set us back in the heat, and made it worse in the B main, and luckily we were able to transfer through and had to dodge and weave and throw a couple of sliders and run a close race with a couple of guys to get where we were at. And, you know, it was had to settle for a line that wasn't there where everybody else was running, and we made it work. And luckily found the bottom before a couple of guys did. And I found the top there before, I think his name was Lane Phillips, the number 2 car, whoever that was. I found the top before he did, and that was the move right there for the end.
You know, obviously going back in time a little bit here, Dalton, but how much fun is it? I watched you and Devin there for a couple laps, back and forth, but, you know, I know you're having fun with your teammate, but at the same time, how aggravated are you? You know, you're trying to get around Lane, and maybe, you know, you want him to work with you a little more.
I mean, we both know how each other race. We don't really got to communicate that. It's always, you know, even if we get 5 of us in here, you know, I know unfortunately with Anthony there, he had a bit of a VR issue, but you know, when we're all competing, we all know how it has to go, you know. But no, overall, it's definitely clean between me and my team, and it's always gonna be that way.
Yeah, man, it looked like you had a lot of fun out there with him, and I know it was fun driving that rocket ship up towards the front. Congratulations on the podium, man. Who you want to thank?
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I got to thank all the guys, Full Throttle Motorsports, my brother DJ, Anthony Devin for coming out, Do Pro Performance, Dean at Super Dirt Car Series, Gunner at Swan Speed Shop, and GripPack.com. That's pretty much it, man.
Yeah, and I promise, Dalton, you go back and look at this thing. I called you DJ twice, but it's going to stop. It's only because I've called so many races with DJ in it, and anytime I see that last name, I always think of him first. But hell of a run, Dalton. You're making a name with me, and it's going to stick soon.
Awesome, bro. I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
That's your P3 finisher, Dalton DeWord. And now we're going to bring up the man of the hour. Jamie, you start on the outside row, man. We think this thing's going to go pretty quick. You're out front setting the pace. And a little after the halfway point, we get a caution flag. What's going through your head, man? Were you worried you burnt your stuff up, or did you know you had enough there to rip that inside towards the end?
No, I mean, I feel like I probably had more tires than he did. I got out front and saved really well, and my teammate, he was kind of running top. I said, brother, you need to get down. You're going to burn your stuff up running that line. And he got down, and we kind of pulled away. Like I said, man, I had 56 right rear there. I still had plenty of tire. The thing about it is I was just really free to, I was tied in, free off, and I couldn't run that line that he was running, and I was really just set up for the bottom. And then when we went back there, we went back green there, my spotter, he told me, he said, dude, if you don't get to the top, and I'm one, I do not like running the top here. I hate the top. I just soon stay around the bottom. So he got a run, and that caution came back out. I said, I'm not going to the top until I have to. And then he told me, he said, you want to win this race, you go to the top in 3 and 4. If you don't, you're running second. So we blocked this line and did what we had to do to win, man. I hate that. I hate racing like that, but that's why this is a video game. They give us a mirror to do that.
Yeah, and, you know, you got to take advantage of it, especially if you want to bring home a checkered flag. And, you know, it's one of those coulda, woulda, shoulda deals, man. If we don't get the caution, I mean, you've got the pace out front. Nobody's really going to catch you anyway. So either way, Jamie, good in my book, man. Worked hard for this one. Hell of a run all night. Win your heat race. Start on the outside and bring it home. Great job, man. Who you want to thank?
Yeah, first, before we get to that, like I said, man, you know, I missed it in qualifying, and then, you know, like I said, we really set up for the bottom. We were really good, so we were a whole lot better than him on the bottom. He wasn't going to beat me on the bottom, so he had to go to the top, and I wasn't going to beat him on the top. So we just both kind of ran out of laps on what we wanted to do. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody over at H&L, 14M Graphics, Papa Mike's Promotions, Mama Bear, all my guys for testing, man. Like I said, we were on a couple of different setups there. I think all my guys but one made the race, and they actually were fighting for the transfer spot to make the race. They got wrecked in the heat race. So proud of my guys tonight, and yeah, man. So thank y'all for putting this deal on, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Hey, man, looking forward to it, dude. I knew you knew how to sling a street stock around. Didn't know you could wheel these late models, too. Hell of a run, man. Looking forward to a lot more of these in the future. Great job.
Thank you.
And that's your winner, Jamie Massey, as we bring the night to a close for the Pro Outlaw Dirt Series, or for the Outlaw Dirt Series Pro late models. I don't know why I keep slapping Pro in front of that. I want to say Pro twice for some reason, like an idiot. But if you're still here, thank you for tuning in this long. Hit that like button. hit that subscribe button. I'm Zach Chapman with Shaggy TV signing off, and we'll be back next Friday with another pro late model show here on Shaggy TV. Have a good night.